Imagine being on a plane, thousands of feet in the air, only to discover that the pilot in the cockpit is attempting to shut down the engines mid-flight. Terrifying, right? This is exactly what happened on an Alaska Airlines flight in October 2023, when former pilot Joseph Emerson, seated in the jump seat, tried to pull the engine shutoff handles, triggering an in-flight emergency. But here's where it gets even more shocking. Emerson claims he was under the influence of psilocybin, a hallucinogenic substance found in mushrooms, and believed he was trapped in a dream from which he desperately needed to awaken. On Friday, Emerson pleaded guilty in federal court to interfering with flight crew members and attendants, a charge that could land him in prison for up to 20 years and cost him a fine of $250,000. In a candid court filing, he admitted, "I believed I was either dreaming and felt an overwhelming need to wake up." In a bizarre attempt to escape his perceived nightmare, he tried to shut down the engines, thinking it would jolt him back to reality and reunite him with his family. Thankfully, the quick-thinking flight crew intervened, restraining him and preventing a potential catastrophe. But this is the part most people miss. Emerson's case isn't just about a pilot's reckless actions. It's a stark reminder of the mental health challenges many professionals face, often in silence. During his sentencing, Judge Cheryl Albrecht acknowledged Emerson's efforts to shed light on the pressures pilots endure, stating, "It does appear that you have worked assiduously to bring light to the difficulties that pilots face." Emerson himself expressed deep remorse, not just for endangering lives, but for tarnishing his profession. He also credited the flight crew with saving his life, both physically and metaphorically, as the incident led him to seek help for alcohol abuse. And this is where it gets controversial. While some passengers who were on the flight demanded harsher penalties, calling the plea agreement insufficient, others advocated for leniency, suggesting Emerson use his community service to educate students about the dangers of psychedelics. One passenger even urged him to speak openly about his experience to help others. Emerson, for his part, has embraced this role, vowing to address schools and fellow pilots who suffer in silence. After the hearing, Deputy District Attorney Eric Pickard emphasized, "We aim to hold him accountable for his choices, his conduct, and his betrayal to his duty as a pilot." Yet, Emerson's story also raises a thought-provoking question. How can we better support professionals in high-stress roles to prevent such incidents? His non-profit, as society grapples with how to judge Emerson's actions, his own words linger. "I accept responsibility for the choices that I made. They're my choices." But should his 30 seconds of crisis define him? Or should his efforts to turn tragedy into advocacy be part of the equation? What do you think? Is the plea agreement fair, or does it fall short? Let's discuss in the comments.